Hello everyone. Welcome back to this channel. This time, we're going to discuss some leaks I've come across, which seem very exciting. And these leaks also come from a fairly credible source, namely Anon Leaks. Alright, let's not waste any time and get right into it. In this discussion, there are three main points that I have obtained from the Anon Leaks source. These points are directly related to the future of content in patch 3.8 as well as the series of major updates in patch 4.x. Let's discuss in more detail. The first leak shared by Anon Leaks is related to the future of honkaistarrail, specifically in patch 4.x. According to this source, in patch 4.x we will most likely only get 0 or 1 new character with the Remembrance path. In other words, there is a possibility that no Remembrance characters will be released at all throughout the entire patch 4.x series. This information is actually not too surprising. Because if we look at the list of upcoming character leaks circulating so far, almost none indicate the presence of characters with that path. We all know that in patch 4.x we will get a new path, namely the Elation path. And this raises the assumption that Hoyoverse may prefer to focus their push on the Elation path, which is indeed one of the main highlights on the Edo star planet. This phenomenon is actually not new. If we look back, in patch 3.x we didn't get any characters with the Super Break path at all, except in version 3.8 which finally introduced constants. Conversely, we got quite a lot of Remembrance characters which became the new path in that patch. And if the scenario stated by Anon Leaks really happens, where no Remembrance characters appear at all in patch 4.x, then an important question arises. What is the fate of the character Cyrene? If until beta v3 she hasn't received significant changes, there is a high possibility that she will be stuck in Remembrance teams or merely be part of the Chrysos heirs, and unable to keep up with the Elation meta that will soon arrive. Then for the second piece of information shared by Anon Leaks is about the main focus of characters in patch 4.x. According to him, the two characters that will be the main pushes or main highlights in this major update are Himiko SP and Yae Sakura. For longtime fans, the presence of Himiko SP is exciting news. Considering the large fanbase of Himiko, this move makes a lot of sense and can boost the popularity of that patch rather than just being a standard character that is rarely used. However, be careful Himiko fans, just pray that this Himiko SP doesn't become Final Lesson Part 2. Meanwhile, the main push for Yae Sakura also makes a lot of sense. Because Yae Sakura will appear as the anniversary character in patch 4.2. And once again, Yae has quite a large fanbase too. And surely many players, whether from honkaistarrail itself or veteran Honkai Impact third players, are waiting for her arrival. Then the last leak that is quite attention-grabbing is related to patch 3.8. Yes, we know that in patch 3.8 we will return to Penacony and a new character named Constance will appear. However, there is something very interesting shared by Anon Leaks. In his post, Anon Leaks wrote that people are always willing to believe what they want to believe rather than what is more reliable. In 3.8, we will get a new story about Firefly and Glamatha's Iron Cavalry. This statement is actually quite surprising, because instead of getting a story about Constance, we get a story about Firefly and Glamatha's Iron Cavalry again. Although of course this is very good news for Firefly fans, because it provides an opportunity to explore her story further. However, there is also a response from another source, such as starrail leaks, regarding this leak. So they said, is Anon Leaks just baiting or what? Thinks they have an unheard before news when it's 6 months old stuff. In other words, starrail leaks doubts this information, because this information has actually been around for 6 months, so it's possible that this leak is no longer relevant. And honestly, I'm more interested in the story about Constance. Why is she still alive and managed to survive from Acheron? And what is the fate of the other members of the Annihilation gang? And why could Constance come to Penacony? Even so, the narrative surrounding Firefly and Glamoth is still interesting. especially if we look at Firefly's short animation when fighting the swarm. Alright, that's all for now, everyone. So what are your thoughts on this leak? Write your opinions in the comments section, and don't forget to share this information with your friends who also play Honkai Star Rail. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on other important update. See you in the next update.